Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Annalisa and I'm doing this reading today. I'm very kind of picky about when I do this kind of reading, and because I think it's really important to be very self-aware when choosing these kind of titles or explorations. And yeah, I guess so. What I'm going to do today is because I do feel the benefit and importance of these kind of readings, but I just want to bring in some more self-awareness for anyone watching. So what I'm going to do is, before each group, I'm going to just go through a few kind of things you might want to keep in mind when watching this reading, and just to help this process, because these cards are, and these card readings are tools for self-exploration and deeper understanding of the self, and for healing, self-healing. So to really come at this question with that intention, and that's my intention today, is that this is not necessarily about kind of, a prying eye into somebody else's mind, but more a reflection of you and what you're experiencing and your feelings. And it may also be an insight into someone else, or this may be an insight into yourself. So I'll go through that a little bit more before each group, because I know some people just skip ahead. So yeah, I'll do that a little bit more. Otherwise, let's go ahead. How do they see you versus who you really are? And you may feel as well that this is a reversal. There may be some mirroring or role switching here. And that's because we bring people into our life who are mirrors and who are reflections of parts of ourselves, or situations, dynamics, events that are reflections and investigations into the nature of our mind and our hearts. So you may want to think about how you approach this question, who you're asking about. You may want to ask about different people. This doesn't have to be a romantic situation. I know it usually is, but it can be about family or friends or work colleagues, or can even be about yourself. How do you see yourself? How do you think others see you? You can kind of twist this question a little bit to suit your own investigation. So have a clear intention of what you really want to achieve through this reading, and be really clear before picking the pile. Or actually, even if you're just drawn to a pile and you're not quite sure why or what it's about or who it's about, you're just drawn to a certain group, then just go with that and tune in through the message as to what it is about for you. Okay, so let's go ahead. Group number 1 with the rose quartz. Group number 2, this is a clear quartz with, I think it's chlorine or chloride, something like that in it. Maybe not chlorine. Chloride. That sounds more grown up and less like a swimming pool, right? Number 3, amethyst. And number 4, ocean jasper. This is really beautiful. I don't know if you can focus on this. Okay, so if you need more time to consider these things, then pause the video. I will give you a few more things to think about before the reading. This is like homework today. I'm in teacher mode or learner mode. And otherwise, let's go for it. So group number 1. I really want you to, if you missed the beginning bit, I really want you to use this reading as a tool for personal exploration, self-exploration. So you may be asking about someone else, but I want you to consider what this reflects about you. I want you to consider if this is your perception of how you think they see you, who you think you really are, or if this is the truth. Is this really their perception? Because people will tune into different readings when they're in a different stance, in a different center. So if you're very aligned, you will know which standpoint you're coming from. You will just have that knowing feeling. And there will be a kind of this kind of deep how do you describe knowing? For me, I feel something in my inner, like the inner core of my body, like I feel this kind of heat or this warmth. Sometimes that feeling comes along with other feelings of fear or excitement or joy or whatever else it is, but it's always accompanied by that knowing. I also want you to ask yourself is that if there's anything that you're kind of missing, like reading between the lines, what's not being said or what's not being explored. What else is there for you to understand? And for some of you, it may be relevant to consider whether this is a karmic issue, a past life issue, something that's kind of an echo of perceptions from different lives rather than the present and now. And one last thing, just checking if you have a filter already in place. Do you already have an idea of what you think this person thinks of you? For example, you think they don't understand you, or they say, you just have a certain idea already of what you think it is, and then it's for you to really question if that's the truth. Even if it comes up in here, is that really the truth? And you may want to think, actually, I need to choose another card, another pile, or no, this is the truth. Okay, sorry, this is a little bit long. Long-winded introductions today. Let's get on with the reading. Okay, this is an advice card for you at the end. So first of all, this is the energy they are in when they are perceiving you. So we've got Luathas the Wild and Epona's wild daughter. Okay. And then how they see you. The Knight of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Swords. 2 eights there. Okay, let's start with this. How do they see you? First of all, Knight of Cups. They see you as a Romeo kind of character. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. They see you as someone who chases love, who looks for love, who wants to find that precious cup of connection, of romance, of intimacy. They see you as someone who is bold and courageous in that, who will take risks and chances, and who wants to create something, build something, and who loves the idea and the dreams about love, the intimate moments and the connection. That you love love. This is the Knight of Cups, but you actively look for it. You actively pursue it and go after it. They also see you as someone who is quite a master. This could be in terms of your work, I feel. In love, they see you as someone still learning. As someone who is still looking for something, chasing something, not fully mature in your emotions. Okay? But in work, they see you as someone who's very practical, who's very masterful, who can create dreams, make dreams come true through dedication, through practice, through putting so much effort in. They see you as someone who is dedicated, is sincere, who is creating something beautiful and magical in their work. They really respect the work that you do, and they admire you for that. And they see you as someone who's able to connect people, connect places, bring things together, bring people together, and build a network. And through building networks, you're able to create some of this magic and this web weaving. They also see you as someone trapped by some anxieties. They see you as someone who has fears or worries, and that these keep you from really being your full self. They see that you have these hopes and dreams and ideals, but you feel weighed down by your situation or by your life. They see you as someone who's trapped by especially your thoughts. It's like you have thoughts that keep you bound, keep you tied up. And I think it's because of these, they see you as someone who has much more potential. They see potential in you, both to be very mature in your love, to be even more of a master. Because the Eight of Pentacles is not yet the King or the Queen of Pentacles. They're not a full master. Very skilled, very dedicated and hardworking, but not at their full potential, no matter where you are. And I feel they see, because of these anxieties and doubts, they feel that you have this ability to be more. When they perceive you, they're on again, off again. They're hot and cold. They're two different energies, right? Two different cards. I only wanted one card, but two very strongly came out for this group. So sometimes they are racing towards you with passion and fire and lust and desire. And sometimes it's really difficult for them. They find you a difficult connection in some way. There are some fears, some anxieties, some worries, some... it's like there's just this past issues, past difficulties that are keeping you or keeping them from you. And it's like they can't help but look back at the past. They can't help but feel caught by that. So it creates this this rush in, rush out kind of impulsive energy. Let's see who you really are. The Knight of Swords, interesting. The Four of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Sorry, I should have said this is who you really are to them, okay? This is not who you are in your life, or to other people even, or even that this is who you really are. Okay? Just be aware of what this means to you, and just reflect on these aspects of yourself in terms of this connection, okay? And feel what your truth is. We have you as being someone who is exactly like this, who kind of matches their energy towards you. This rushing in and out energy, that's exactly the Knight of Swords. It's someone who is impulsive and quick, takes action, but doesn't always think it through fully. And they'll rush in and then disappear again just as quickly. This can be someone who's very charming, someone who's good with words, good with language, someone clever. And they can be inspirational. They can be fun and exciting and playful. And they can be someone who... This can be this kind of blunt truth, blunt honesty. And that can be very appealing and very attractive too, refreshing. But it isn't grounded. It's not stable. Again, it's this on, off, okay? Who you really are. Someone who's in the process of healing. Someone who's in the process of learning lessons and understanding and deepening into themselves. Someone who needs rest and time, space, and need this place for reflection. And you're someone who walks away when things aren't fulfilling. You're someone who's not afraid to let go. And I think this is with this energy, is that if you don't feel something is fulfilling, then you leave. Then you walk away. And you look for something else. And that's quite a powerful message, I feel, for this group, is the truth in that, is the mastery in this, okay? This is also an 8 card. So in this, you've got 2 knights. So this could be a reflection with you and the person you're thinking about, 2 knights. Knights are people who are young, who are still they're active, but they're still learning. They haven't mastered all of life's lessons yet. They're still in the process of understanding. They're like teenagers, okay? So it's kind of teenage energy, or young adult, exploring life. And then you have 3 8s. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Cups. The card 8 is the Strength card. It's about this ability to be strong in a situation. So it's like this mastery of the work, okay? Being dedicated, being committed to creating and making your work successful. The 8 of Swords, the strength in this is about being able to hold the vision. Even if you're surrounded by anxiety, you're able to keep an eye on the light. You know there's more, you know there's potential. The 8 of Cups is about saying, well, this situation is good, and I'm very happy here, and I've got 8 of my cups filled, but I know there's a 9th. I know the 9th cup is missing, okay? This is the missing cup. And the number 9 is then completion, and that's self-love, self-fulfillment. The 10 of Cups is then about connection with others and sharing that cup or those cups overflowing. But the 9th cup is your fulfillment that's missing, and there is something missing. And so who you really are is someone who knows there is something missing in this connection. Okay. Your advice card, Mahavatar Babaji, Soul Expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. And again, this lattice, I see these lattices, these webs everywhere. You know, even with these branches, the web and the sacred geometry. So you have this capacity to build webs, to weave webs, and I feel that true with you. You know, that's very true. And when you join the dots and join these connections, then I think you're going to have some big realizations. So your advice is to keep allowing your mind to expand and grow and perceive in bigger and newer ways. Okay? So group number 1, that was my reading for you. I hope that was useful and helpful for you. Please let me know below. If you'd like a personal reading, then the details are below. Otherwise, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you again soon. Hi, group number 2. So, just a reminder, this is a tool for self-exploration, understanding yourself through potentially the eyes of another. I want you to hold in mind, is this the truth? Is this really how they see you? Or is this your idea of how they see you? Do you have any filters in place already of how you think they see you? Because maybe you already have a certain concept. And I want you to read between the lines what isn't being said here as well. Just be aware, is there anything that isn't coming up? Anything that's missing? Is there something to do with past lives or karmic issues here, or ancestral issues? Where there are other ideas coming in from somewhere else. That's not for everyone, just some of you on a deeper journey. Just be aware, is there an influence of other times into this connection? And that's it, really. Just reflect on, is this really how they see you? This is the main thing I want you to just be aware of. Is it how they see you? Is this your idea of how they see you? And just start there. And if you watch this and you have a sense that's the case, then you can try another reading. It doesn't have to be mine. That can give you a deeper insight. Okay, let's get into it. This is an advice card for you at the end. First of all, what energy are they in when they think about you or focus on you? Singer of the Chalice. Nice. Happy. They feel happy when they think about you. Let's see. How do they see you? The Hanged Man. The Moon. And the Judgment card. Wow. 3 major arcanas. So this is not a trivial connection. This is something very substantial. There are some very deep insights and deep truths and deep awakenings that this person sees in you. You're someone who really triggers them. It could be in positive ways as well as challenging ways. But you're someone who helps them see the world in a different way. And they see you as seeing the world differently. You don't feel like, you don't have to fit in a box. You don't have to be what everyone else thinks you should be or what they think you should be. You're someone who, they see you as someone who is able to shake things up, to reveal things, and to open people up. This could relate to your personal life, this could relate to your work life, to the whole of your life, or just your connection to them. So take it as it resonates. But you can see things differently. And you're an intuitive person, an empathic person, and you're quite an enlightened person. You potentially have quite angelic, this is how they see you, sorry. They see you as someone who is intuitive, who has angelic energy. They see you as someone, whether they would say actually connected to the angels, or just that you're an angelic kind of person. They feel that in you. They feel that angelic quality. And that I think they like your voice. There's something about your voice that sounds beautiful to them. And they see you as someone who's not afraid to speak their truth. Someone who's not afraid of the dark and not afraid of removing the mask and showing your heart. They see you as someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. And they see you as someone connected to nature, who has transformed as well. I think they see you as someone who's been on a journey, who's been through really challenging, difficult times and overcome them and awoken from them, and from that has grown. I almost see this as like a journey. They've seen you on a journey. I feel like this person has potentially known you for a while, even if from a distance. or they know your story, and they can see how you have been trapped, or sometimes still do get trapped in your mind, but that you are always listening or trying to find a way out of that, and to search for a deeper meaning or deeper understanding of it, and to get to the root cause. They see you as someone who, they may see you as someone kind of very independent, or even alone, or even lonely. And they really admire you. That you bring them so much joy and so much happiness. I feel like they see you as someone very inspirational and very joyful, even with the kind of difficulties or challenges or uncertainties. You're someone who's able to find happiness, and you bring them happiness. You bring them happiness. Okay, let's see who you really are. The High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so, yeah, this kind of echoes this journey feeling for me, the Seven of Pentacles, because it's reaping what you sow. So you're someone who is processing or aware of what has happened in the past, what you've kind of been working on growing, and that what is coming up for you now is as a result of that. So whether that's challenging or really amazing, you are someone who is aware of karma, who is aware of cause and effect, who is aware of this kind of process. And you're someone dedicated, someone who works hard, someone who is really trying to make a stable financial life for yourself, practical life. You may be very focused on work, someone who is working very, very hard. You may be someone who enjoys working. You also are maybe someone who is overly invested in work. You may be overly attached to the Pentacles, that you see it as a really important part of building your life is to have money. And of course, money is essential. But this card generally comes for people who are holding on too tightly, who hold on too tightly to money or possessions or situations, people who don't want to let things go, maybe who find it hard to give, who find it hard to offer up parts of themselves or offer up their money. You know, you may be the kind of person who doesn't like to spend money on trivial things, or what you see as trivial. For example, you wouldn't what's a good example? I'm thinking like a pair of shoes. Like you'll look for the why am I thinking of shoes? I don't even know why I'm talking about shoes. Why am I talking about shoes? You wouldn't buy a pair of shoes just because you liked them, just because you thought they were fun and they would make you maybe just feel good. You would need a practical purpose to buy them. You would want to buy them because you need a pair of those shoes for a certain reason, and not well, shoes are expressive of my personality, and these can be a fun way to show myself, or express myself, or brighten up my wardrobe, or yeah, you would see it as being needing to be for work or for an event, whatever it is. Okay, so there's that sense of not that that's necessarily a bad thing, and there may be reasons for that, but can be stingy. That's the word. It can be a little bit stingy sometimes. Okay, very heavy on the earth energy. If this is truly who you are, you're quite likely got strong earth. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, right? It can be your sun sign, rising sign, whatever, or a few different planets. But that very earthy, attached to the earth material. At the same time, you're someone who's very psychic and very receptive, and someone intuitive. You are not a kind of active person. You're not out there, in terms of work, yes, but maybe in terms of romance, relationships, in terms of other areas. Anyway, this is very kind of, it's receptive, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of sitting back and watching and just receiving and listening and tuning into things, which is very powerful. So you may be very good at empathy, understanding, and feeling. But potentially someone reserved or quiet, someone present, but not actively present. That's what I'm feeling. So this is quite an interesting reading. I mean, there are kind of matches up with the moon and the high priestess. There is a kind of similarity of energy there, where they are kind of perceiving you. And this kind of insight and enlightenment as well, with the judgment card. With the hanged man, this can be reflective of this stuck energy, of this unable to move. You know, he's kind of tied up in the tree, and he's tied up there so he can see things from a different way. But the Four of Pentacles is not letting themselves see the other way. So this person sees you as someone who is capable of letting things go and having a new insight. And this is like this journey I was saying. So I feel this person has a fairly good sense of you. I would say they think quite highly of you, and may even see you in a they may see parts of yourself that you don't see, or they may see you as more than you are, which can feel intimidating. But there's a deep similarity of how they see you, but it's like you're kind of a bit more simple, or you're quite simple. That doesn't sound very PC. Sorry, I don't mean that as in like you're stupid or anything. I mean it as just like you're quite earthy and work focused, and they see you as kind of in this really big transitions and awakenings. That may be true, okay? Take it as it resonates. Let's see the advice for you. Green Tara, supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Okay, I feel for you that's speaking to this energy. If you do feel in a kind of stuck place or resistant space, or somewhere where you just don't want to let things go, then Spirit just wants you to know that you'll be safe if you let go. It's okay to let go and to trust in not needing to hold on to anything, and allow yourself to become more free to be in the world. And a reminder to cut energetic cords with people. So clear your energy field daily before you sleep, and during the day. Just if you don't know, you can just Google cord cutting methods. My friend Bridget Nielsen, she does a good cord cutting video. Simple, very easy, quick technique to remove cords from your solar plexus. You just kind of twist and pull them out. Yeah. Okay, group number 2. I hope that was enlightening for you and brought you some kind of information. Please let me know in the comments below. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can book that through the details. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll speak to you again another time. Hi, group number 3. So, a few little pointers just before I begin this reading. Remember how they see you versus who you really are. This is a tool for your self-exploration. Okay, so this might be how they see you and who you really are as the exact truth, and that is just a representation of that, very simply. Or, on a deeper level, this could be your idea of how they see you. Your idea of who you really are. Okay? So all I want you to do is just tune into those questions whilst you're listening, and just be aware and try and feel your own truth, your own discernment about what this reading is about for you. What is the information or the lesson for you in this? And not attaching too much on any specifics, but what is there for you to learn from this? And always when you watch a reading, I recommend with my readings or any readings, is to let it go. So absorb the information, understand, and then let it go, because I feel these energies are quite transient and they shift constantly. Okay, when we shift ourselves, these energies shift. So don't attach to anything too long in a reading. Just take it as a kind of reflection, a mirror for your personal growth. Okay. Also check, do you have any filters in place? So do you already have an idea of how they see you? Try and let go any preconceptions. Okay, these are advice cards. We'll look at those at the end. This is the energy that they are in when they look at you, when they perceive you. And we have the undressing of a salad. This is achieving the impossible. Okay. How do they see you? 10 of Swords. 2 of Wands. And the World. Okay, interesting. How do they see you? They see you as someone who is going through a process of shedding their ego, who is reaching the final stages of letting go of these ideas of who you are. They see you as someone who is going through a huge, or has been through a huge journey, or awakening, or deep learning, and that you are in those final kind of moments before emerging from it. They see you as someone who has had lots of worries, anxieties, and challenges, but that you've been able to overcome them. and that you set yourself free, and that you have the power to do that, the strength to do that. They see you as someone who is able to move through challenges, who's not afraid of challenges, who's not afraid of the dark, who's not afraid of facing their limitations and their fears. They may see you as coming out of even something like depression or some anxiety or some kind of very challenging experiences or thoughts, thought patterns, mindsets, and that you are releasing them. They see you as someone who is very decisive, someone who makes very firm choices for what they want and who holds on to them. Someone who's able to let go of what doesn't serve them. And this kind of reflects this energy. I feel like they see you as someone who is able to make choices that are good for themselves, to come out of difficult situations. They see you as someone who maybe has a lot of strength and a lot of power, but isn't necessarily using it. Someone who has light and warmth and ambition, but maybe isn't fully embodied within it. It's almost like a kind of waiting to take that action, that you haven't fully stepped into your full majesty, I want to say, your full strength. And someone who is quite soft, like someone who may appear quite strong and independent, but also has this real softness to them and warmth to them and gentleness. It's like this gentle giant kind of feeling, like strength with a softness. And they see you as someone who can bring light and bring warmth. Interesting, here we have the moon, and we have the sun, and then we have the world. And I feel like this kind of journey transition, I almost want to put these this way around actually, like you're journeying from this place into this place of strength and light, and to achieve what you want. They see you as someone who's able to create what you want for your life, that you have the power to bring everything together to really make yourself happy. There's someone at the door. I need to run to the door. I'm really sorry. I'll be back in just a second. Sorry guys, I needed to get that door. So, here we are. Someone who has been on this journey from this kind of deep red night darkness into this light, this warmth, this passion, this vision for the future, and coming into complete, like, everything coming together with the magic and the birds and beauty, deep love and reverence. I think that's what this card is about. They see you as someone who's able to completely transform anything. They see you as a bit of a magician in that sense, someone who can undress a salad, right? This is taking the salad dressing off the leaves, which is impossible, right? They see you as someone who can do that, someone who can make anything happen. that they want, and that you have a skill, like this kind of magical skill. Okay, let's see who you really are. Okay, Nine of Cups. So you are someone who loves themselves, someone who respects themselves, someone who is joyful and happy and content, someone who, really is able to nourish themselves and their life. You are someone who is fully integrated, someone who is balanced, and I think they see this in you, and that's why there's this World card, and the undressing of the salad is about this balance and bringing these things in together, able to unite things that were apparently not possible to unite, being able to integrate things, and that is who you are. And also someone who is integrating parts of themselves, and because you're so good at integrating yourself, you're very good in connection with others, and very good in relationships, and emotionally stable in relationships. You may be someone who is in a relationship, who is very happy in relationship. This could be, I'm feeling this more with yourself, really. This could be in connection with someone else, but I feel like this is more about your internal process. They may see you, or you may have met someone new. There is that possibility that there is some kind of new relationship, or that this is a new relationship. But I'm feeling this more about this meeting of soulmates, and this integration of polarities of the negative and positive magnetic aspects of the self, and integration of the shadow and the light, that kind of thing. I'm feeling that, especially with your journey. They see that you have come into this space of full, like, solidarity with yourself. Yeah, the Strength card. Someone who's very, again, it's this duality, the softness and the fierceness. It's like you've got both of these, and you can overcome challenges. So you are someone who's powerful, are someone who's strong. You are someone who's able to overcome things. And I feel like they see you fairly accurately. I feel they see you pretty similar, maybe not quite as positively as you are, because you are in a very strong, independent, happy space. Definitely with yourself. And they maybe haven't quite realised how much you've worked through things. There is an idea that you've been able to overcome these, but they may not realise quite how happy you are, quite how much you've overcome. Maybe they do, But I think there is like a focus on the past a little bit here. Whereas you're fully in the now, in the present, you've let go of any past. And they're still aware of your past. Maybe they may see your strength as slightly stubborn. With the World card, they may also see you as having left or ended something in your life, even potentially a connection with them. and this is why they're more focused on the past, is that they see you as, they may, for some of you, have seen you as having made a choice from an anxious place to end a relationship. That's a possibility, that they see that. And they may be the ones who want to turn that around and achieve the impossible of resurrecting it, because you're very happy. Wherever you are, you're very happy on your own. There may be new connections or new love coming in for you. And you may be very strong in that mind. Not stubborn, but just strong. Okay? So take it as it resonates. Reflect on what feels true for you. And let's get the advice cards. The Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And Saint-Germain, karma releasing. Move beyond drama. Create your own path and make room for good energy. So if this is the ending of some kind of connection, this is kind of confirmation that you're releasing karma from something or other, and to just keep your high vibration and not kind of be drawn down by this person if they do have some more negative views of you. Don't be drawn into it, because actually you're in quite a positive space now, and you're in a place to be free, to open up, to expand and to explore, and spread your wings. And there may be the element of something kind of closing out from this connection. Okay, so that's my message for you, group number 3. Please reflect again on what's true for you in this and what this means for you. And do let me know below if you want to have a private reading with me. Get in touch, the details are below. Otherwise, please drop a comment, say hi, subscribe, thumbs up, that kind of stuff. Okay, thank you, group number 3. See you again. Hi, group number 4. So, just a reminder, this reading is a tool for self-exploration. Yes, we're asking about other people, but I want you to reflect on, is this the truth? Is this how they see you? Or is this what you think they see you as? Do you have a filter in place saying, I think they see me like this? And that may influence the reading if it's exactly correct. So just be aware of that potential. Allow yourself to be aware of any past life or karmic or ancestral kind of stuff that comes up through this, for those of you who kind of journey deeply with this kind of information. And be aware if there's anything that's missing, like reading between the lines, what isn't being said, and just feel into that space too. Okay, these are advice cards for the end. Let's see, what energy are they in when they focus on you? Okay, imaginary fears. Jehobia, the troll. So they have fears. Let's see how they see you. Page of Swords, yeah. 2 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Okay. How do they see you, or how you think they see you? As someone who is still learning in life, someone who is learning around information and language, communication, ideas and thoughts, someone who is learning their mind, learning and understanding their They see you as someone who's learning who you think you are. I find it really difficult to get the yous and theys and whatever's the right way around. They see you as someone who is trying to discern between what is healthy and not healthy information. It's kind of maybe why you tuned into this video, is, you know, part of that exploration, if this is true. They see you as someone who potentially has this quite youthful or childlike aspect to them. This could be, and I don't mean, well, it can mean immature. The page can be an immature energy, but also just this young vulnerability, this like rebirth. It's like if you've been through a rebirth process. The page of wands, or the page in the tarot, comes after the 10, and the 10 is a completion of a cycle. So the page, this is the first time I've seen it like this, but I'm feeling it like a rebirth. The page is gone into a rebirth process after that cycle. So there is an amount of learning and experience that's gone on already, but they may see you as in a kind of place where you're still processing and understanding some aspects of your life, and may not be fully able to communicate, or you're dialoguing with yourself. For me, the page is all about dialogue with yourself, understanding the self, learning about the self. They may see you, or they see you, or you may think they see you as someone who is keeping things up in the air, keeping things moving and shifting, holding all these different things like a balance. This is a balancing act. They see you as someone who's trying to balance things. And, you know, in this deck, this Two of Pentacles character is kind of like a jester, kind of a performance. And they may see you as being a little bit unstable. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I agree with that, actually. Often I feel instability with the Two of Pentacles, but this guy actually looks like he's pretty solid and is able to hold these things up in the air. So I think they see you as managing to keep your options open, or keep different possibilities open. They see you as someone who's kind of dancing with that, moving with that, and allowing for those possibilities to remain in the ether, in the air, but not actually grounding any of them, not actually anchoring any of these into the earth. There is something kind of playful about this. They may see you as someone who's quite playful. Again, it's this young, like youthful. They could see you as a kind of player with their fears. They could see you as someone who, if they're seeing the shadow side of this, someone who is maybe playing around with different people, different relationships, different ideas, different options. Can even be different jobs. You know, Pentacles can be about juggling work, balancing work life. Again, the swords are about information and ideas. So they could see you as someone who's managing different jobs, trying to keep different jobs going, different work opportunities going. They can be quite new opportunities, new ideas, things you're building on, working on, and trying to keep them going, but they're not actually fully grounded yet. They're not fully established. But they can see you as someone who's got the strength or the agility, the ability to keep them in that place. Okay, and then they also see you as the King of Cups. So emotionally mature. They see you as someone who is potentially their King of Cups, someone they really admire on a romantic level, emotional level, someone they think is very fulfilling for them, someone who really look after them and love them and care for them, but who is maybe, juggling and playing a little bit. So they see these different aspects of you, like these dual sides, and this could even be their energy that they are trying to weigh things up. Are you a king or are you a page? And they can't quite tell. And their fear is that you're the page, that you're in this kind of player, immature kind of place. When you may be more in the king place. Or maybe none of this is true. Who knows? You know. You know, if you go inside, you know, is this how they see you? Is this how you think they see you? What's the truth? Okay. Who are you really? Judgment. 10 of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so someone who is awake, someone who has woken up, someone who has had realizations, understanding, and deep spiritual truths, life truths, journey truths, who's come to understand what is really important to you, what really matters to you, what you want in life, what you want to create, and someone who is reborn, someone who has been reborn. You are someone who is very content and happy with your relationship. Someone who feels fulfilled, someone who feels like their cups are overflowing. Their cup is completely satisfied, that they have everything they want. You're someone who is emotionally fulfilled, emotionally content. This could be with them or with someone else or with yourself, okay? The Knight of Pentacles. So you're someone who is moving forward steadily and slowly, who is progressing step by step by step by step, taking practical decisions, practical considerations, and not rushing into things, not rushing away from things, just methodical moving step by step. Okay, so this person maybe sees parts of you in the King of Cups. They see parts of where you are, but they have a lot of anxieties and doubts about you as well. And they see you maybe as someone who isn't as stable as you are, because the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is quite grounded and connected. Even though he's a knight, he's not a king yet, he is someone who's steadily moving. And they see you as more like a jester who's just playing around with money or work or whatever. Okay, so it's quite likely they have unfounded fears about you. If this is all true, okay? Right, let's see what the advice is from Spirit for you. We've got Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And Hope, Love and Acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. Okay. For some of you, if you're feeling this is resonant, this is where you are, you're awake, you're really happy, you're moving forward, things are kind of progressing, and you feel like that. These imaginary fears might be yours. These might be your fears of how they see you. Because this is recognize your divine worth. You know who you are, but you're scared that they don't know who you are. So I really feel strongly it's important for you to check whose fears are these, okay? And this can also be this person, if this is truly how they see you, then this person may not be very helpful for you. This person may not be a good person for you to be around, because they don't see your true value and your true worth. And so it may actually be useful to not be around this person, or not think about this person, or clear something around this person. That's what I'm feeling with this ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. There may be something in this connection that is about a pattern that needs to be healed, or a wound that needs to be healed. Okay, so group number 4. I hope that was helpful for you. Please let me know below if you have any comments. You can book me for a private reading following the links below, or you can just give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to speaking to you again another time soon. Thanks for tuning in.